Coming up on Ask the Fat Doctors, another Know Your Numbers and Frenemies, and we're going to be talking Beyonce baby news. All that and more is coming up right here in just a moment on Ask the Fat Doctors.
Welcome to another edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with T. Fox.
But you guys do have a, just
you could
hard-headed, just hard-headed. I just don't understand you sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, you can be a little simple.
Just say stupid. You can't say it.
You can be very simple.
You're nice. That's one thing I love about you, T.
Dr. Braxton Cosby.
The sound that they hear after they occlude your artery when that cuff goes up.
Okay, now I really...
After you close it off.
Close it off. And you're talking about when you squeeze the arm.
Not just you squeeze, when the cuff squeezes.
When the cuff squeezes your arm, that's
closes
called
off that brachial
occulting.
artery. Occlude.
Occlude. Okay.
Occult is what that guy did in Waco.
Okay.
Why do you always introduce me last?
And Jamie Dukes.
That was Dr. Dukes. My doctorate, there's no period. It's a dash and a space.
Yes.
So therefore, that way I don't have to worry about getting sued.
Ask the Fat Doctors is powered by the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation.
I had outer body experience where, when I'm working out, I felt...
Jamie.
How far out did you go out of the body?
Right.
Really out of the body. Just,
What was it,
talking
Jamie?
to my... No, I was saying, telling myself, you gotta work out. Fat boy, you gotta work out.
You must work out.
Were you outside your body looking at yourself? Had you moved there?
But mine is Mike Tyson, actually. He's the guy that motivates me.
Look here, Dukes. You better get your fat butt up right now and start working out. I'm going to punch you in the face.
Welcome to another edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with Jamie Dukes, Dr. Braxton Cosby, along with myself, T. Fox, powered by the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. We got lots and lots to chat about today. We're going to have a great show.
Terry Fullum's going to join us. Dr. Terry Fullum from the Howard University Hospital is going to join us to talk about all these weight loss diets and all of that kind of stuff. Everybody's pushing Nutrisystems or Weight Watchers. Everybody's pimping something. And the question is, does it really work? We're going to find that out from Dr. Fullum.
Mm-hmm.
And then also we're going to have today's doctor's appointment sponsored by WARP. Is with Dr. Jackie Walters to discuss, is athletics tougher on a woman's body?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting conversation.
Now, WARP, if I remember correctly, is WARP in Cincinnati. That's one of my favorite shows from back in the day. But
I thought that was WKRP.
Oh, WKRP. When you said WARP,
it rolled real fast.
AARP.
WKRP. Okay.
There you go. Art. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And then,
what about WKRP in Cincinnati?
I used to love that show.
Yeah. Okay. What does that have to do with the women and their bodies and whether it's
but he said coming up, sponsored by WKRP.
Oh, you said
WARP. But see,
okay, that would be
rolled it at nostalgia.
Okay. All right.
He
just blasted you.
AARP. That's
So
correct.
he was blasting you. Okay. All right. And backed by special request.
Whose request?
Well, you know what? Let me tell you. It's not just. It wasn't just my request. It is the fact that I felt like we didn't wrap our conversation.
You didn't complete the circuit.
I didn't complete.
Well, who is it, first of all?
It is author Stéphane Lavoisier. Lavoisier.
You like
Lavoisier.
that?
I do. I like it's real sexy.
Lavoisier. Tell he's from Macon.
Author.
He is straight up from Macon.
Stéphane Lavoisier should be Italian or something.
No, that's French or something like that.
Something like
just
that.
don't mess with that spelling. They would just leave that alone.
Okay. Author Stéphane Lavoisier will be here to discuss his book, How to Get Your Wife to Have Sex with You If You Are Married.
Even though he is not married.
Even though he's very single.
Right.
Had he been married before?
Gainfully single.
He
was married, gainfully single.
Okay, gainfully single.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. And it's going to be lots to tweet about today. So make sure you hit us up and tweet us at Ask the Fat Doctors. You can hit us up on Facebook at the same, or you can visit us at askthefatdoctors.com. So now we get into the part of the area. We'll come straight up off the show. We talk with Dr. Braxton Cosby about Know Your Numbers. We know how important it is to know your numbers. Last week we discussed blood pressure, which was something that was really important to me and very, I was very, very much interested in. So many people in my family suffer from blood pressure, from high blood pressure. I know I'm not alone. And we've actually lost a couple of our very close team members from having high blood pressure and having it over an extended period of time. So we talked about that last week. And when we talked about that, we talked about the things that we need to do in terms of trying to keep that blood pressure in check and what the so-called
Right.
normal blood pressure
Yeah,
numbers are.
and just to recap, basically your systole, which is the number on the top, is needs to be anywhere between 130 and down. You don't want to be over 130, and then your diastolic, which is your bottom number, needs to be 85 and under. So we're going 130 to 85, and then
And see, we talked about that too. I'm not going to get off on that
on the
tangent
norms
because
again.
the norm that everybody thinks is 120 over 80.
Yeah.
But you're saying as long as you
got a little wiggle room.
Okay.
But I think that the reason they said 120 over 80 because they're trying to keep people on the low end.
Okay,
but realistically, for stage 1 hypertension is when you hit the 140 over 90.
Okay.
And then by the time you get to 4th stage, you're talking about numbers
for
over
sure.
10.
And the residual effects of hypertension, effectively, high blood pressure, hypertension, one and the same. Is that right?
Yeah, you can say hypertension.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of times you hear the different phrases, and a lot of times people don't know the difference between the two.
But you're saying that they're interchangeable.
Oh yeah, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. I was riding with my dad today, and we were kind of just talking about that. How it just seems like, you have people who are just walking. I mean, they're
walking time bombs.
Yes,
a walking time bomb.
And they don't even know it.
It is incredible. That is why they call it the silent killer.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is for real because inside it is wreaking havoc, right, Doc? It is wreaking havoc on your organs, your organs inside. I know renal failure is a big effect of high blood pressure. It's just in there, just wreaking havoc, and you're just walking around
And we talked a little bit about atherosclerotic plaque last week with the effect.
What was that big word right there?
Atherosclerotic
Nice.
plaque.
You know what?
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have to write that one down.
We talked about how it builds
What
up.
is that?
Well, it's just the buildup of the plaque in the vessels.
Okay, so can we just say build up of plaque in the vessels?
Well, you can, but
Okay.
I didn't put it together.
Okay, go
I won't have a
ahead.
problem if you take the word away.
Okay. Okay.
It's not. It doesn't discriminate.
Yeah.
If you have it in your vessels of your arm, your legs,
Sure.
whatever.
Right.
And I just had a guy who came in this week I was treating, and he had it built all in his legs so much that he had lost circulation from the knee down.
Oh, mercy.
Wow.
And had a huge pressure sore on his on the outside of his leg. So much when he wiggled his foot, you saw the tendon moving. I mean, it was cool for me.
Wow.
What
I
is
see some anatomy.
and what is a pressure sore?
Basically, he had gotten a small little lesion from he just nicked himself on the leg. And then what happened from just sleeping and laying on it, he didn't have blood circulation going to that area.
So that's not a blood clot?
No, not at all. This is he couldn't get the natural circulation flow going in and out of that leg, and it did not heal. Putting pressure on there, over time the skin just died off, and basically it just ate through.
Oh,
And
gee
you can now see the tendon
whiz.
moving. I was like, ooh, this is real cool, but I mean, it wasn't cool for him. But it was cool
no.
for me to see.
These doctors, man.
I know.
This is
What
like-
is that?
It took me
Wait,
back
that
to
was
my
some-
days of gross anatomy. I was like, ooh, I know it's gross, but
It is gross.
I was excited, but basically what they did is they do a balloon angioplasty. They went in through the big femoral artery.
Okay,
set a
where's the
balloon in there.
femoral artery? Where is
Down
that?
in your groin. You see where I'm pointing? Here?
Growing,
Well,
your growing area?
but our audience
Not
can't
where
see
you
where
grow
you
from, but,
right.
can't see where you're pointing.
Well,
Doc.
because there's a
It's where
hold
you
on
tell.
player with the growing thing. So
Yeah.
Right,
that's
we
just
do have
that's
that
a
on
great tease for later
And that's
on.
a
All
different.
right.
That's a different.
Wow,
balloon,
growing.
balloon.
Right.
Right. So anyway,
Okay.
they send it in and they send a little balloon and they open it up once they get inside the vessel.
Right.
That's basically what they did. They just
I
open it
understand
back up
that.
again.
Yeah,
He had all the blood going, started to heal.
Yeah.
But
because it's like a little balloon that kind of
Right. And like I
My
said, the
bad.
plaque isn't discriminate. So it may be in the leg, maybe in the arm,
Sure.
maybe
Mhm.
around those vessels of the heart.
Yeah, that's too bad. That is too bad. Okay, so that was about the high blood pressure and the effects of high blood pressure, and it is real. Please do not play around. It is nothing to play around with. So today, the Know Your Numbers is your blood sugar, or
Sugar
are called
or
glucose.
I just got
Because
talking-
now those are two interchangeable terms, just like
exactly right.
hypertension and high blood pressure.
That is correct.
Blood sugar and glucose are interchangeable also.
Yeah. Right.
But in our communities, people would. I never understood that. I
got the
mean,
sweet
growing
blood.
up,
That's just my sugar, baby.
right? It's like I got sugar.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they
you
just
got sugar?
amputated
What's
my
that?
leg, so that was my sugar. Dr. Terry Fullum is going to join us after the break to actually talk about blood sugar, and also later on he's going to talk about this because I'm just fascinated. Last week I saw on Leno 2 people that were pumping Weight Watchers and actually not pumping Weight Watchers. In other words, Janet Jackson? She was on talking about Nutrisystem.
Right.
And then they had the previous Nutrisystem person who now, which is the redneck, I'm trying to think of what his name is.
Who?
He's on the he's doing the Prilosec OTC commercials now.
I'm not sure who that is.
Oh no,
about.
he is a redneck. I mean, that's what he's known
That's his
for.
joke. Is
That's
that the
it.
little
Yeah,
joke
that's
line?
his,
Oh, you're talking about Jeff Foxworthy?
No, not Foxworthy. One of that crew though.
Oh, the blue collar out of the
Yes,
blue collar.
that
Okay,
is correct.
all right.
Off
okay.
the blue collar tour.
All
That's
right.
correct.
Okay. Well, we're going to be talking a little bit with Dr. Terry Fullum a little bit, and he'll be able to expound on that. We'll do that in just a moment.
Hi, this is Jamie. It's time to charge your site.
Hey there, this is T Fox. I got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight, drop a few pounds? Well, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun. But you're absolutely wrong. It is time to get your Chatricize on. You've tried a lot of things. You've tried jogging, you've tried aerobics, but not much fun, right? Well, Chatricize is just for you. Chatricize is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and other line dances, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricize workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatricize. Boomers Chatricize is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives and will be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricize is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricize will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricize on today. Log on to chatricize.com. That's CHACHERSIZE.com.
Hi, family. This is Claude Mitchell. I'm the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Here today to talk to you about one of our initiatives called the Billion Pound Blitz. The Billion Pound Blitz is a grassroots initiative that has an ambitious goal of losing 1 billion pounds annually. That's right, I said 1 billion pounds. Did you know the diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexicans, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent? Truth of the matter is that we can't afford not to do something. Did you know the U.S. government spent $165 billion last year on excess weight-related illnesses? That's more than they gave all the Wall Street banks combined for the bailout. If you're interested in more information on how you can be a part or how your organization can be a part of this movement, log on to www.billionpoundblitz.com. Once again, that's www.billionpoundblitz.com.
All right, we're back here at Ask the Fat Doctors with myself, T. Fox, Jamie Dukes, and Dr. Braxton Cosby. Ask the Fat Doctors is all about helping people get an understanding about how the diseases of excess weight affect our daily lives. And one of those ways is in terms of our numbers that we've been talking about, which is very, very important. We've been talking about blood pressure and we've been talking about blood sugar. And today's number is going to be brought to you by AARP, and joining us now is Dr. Terry Fullum from Howard University Hospital. Dr. Fullum, let's talk a little bit about blood sugar and what are good numbers. We know in terms of our blood pressure, the good number, Dr. Braxton.
We just said it was 130 over 85 and lower.
Okay, 130 over 85 or lower is good on our blood pressure. Tell us what is good in terms of our blood sugar or our glucose.
Okay. Well, if I were going to pick one number to remember, the number I would pick would be 80. But there's a range that you want that is still normal, and that range is anywhere from a low of 60 to a high of about 95. So anywhere between 60 and 100 is a good number. 80, I guess, would be the optimal number that you would want to remember when you have your blood sugar taken.
That's a relatively large swing, isn't it? From 60 all the way up to 100. Isn't that a pretty large range?
Depending on whether or not you're fasting, whether you've had anything to eat.
Gotcha. Okay.
As your body metabolizes the sugar, it will fluctuate a little bit in the bloodstream, and that's why we have a range. Once it gets below 60, it's sort of on the low side, and then once it gets above 100, then that's abnormally high.
Now, Doc,
anywhere in that range, 60 to 100.
As a street doctor, this is not a field of medicine that I'm familiar with. So can you walk me through the kind of, and not so much the genesis of this, but kind of what is blood sugar? What is diabetes? What is this thing?
Well, diabetes is the disease process in which you are not able to effectively utilize your blood sugar. So you eat a meal that has sugar in it, and when that sugar gets into the intestines, the pancreas, which is an organ that secretes a hormone called insulin that helps you metabolize and incorporate the sugar into the cells. And in patients or people who have diabetes, for type 1 diabetes, the pancreas itself does not have any insulin. And in the type 2 diabetic, the most common diabetic, the diabetes that's associated with obesity, the one that we're seeing the greatest increase in our population, the amount of insulin that's secreted is suppressed, and the effect of insulin on the cells, so to speak, is suppressed as well. So the sugar remains in the bloodstream, and then it can affect the heart and the kidneys, the blood vessels in a negative way.
That's good, right?
Well,
there.
you know what? Let me ask you, and this may be a real simple, real basic.
I don't think you're
question.
simple. Braxton does.
You know what? I got something for
No,
He's looking
he
at
does.
me.
but
I don't think you're simple.
yeah.
But go ahead.
Now, what exactly does sugar do for the body, or what exactly does glucose do for the body, and how come it has? What does it do?
Excellent question. Glucose is a fuel, and I'll tell you, the brain is probably the main organ that really utilizes glucose. The main fuel for the cells in the brain is glucose, and so we use protein, we utilize fat, but glucose is that quick energy food source for the body.
You might have to say that again because T didn't hear what you said because she's too busy patting herself on the back because you said it was a good question.
Right.
So she didn't hear what I got it. Though. I think the listeners got it, but she was so busy hitting herself on the back that
right.
Doc's going to join us later on the show because Doc, we got to get to this whole diet thing. Let me rephrase that. Not diet.
Well, no, it is a diet.
Well,
thing.
yeah,
It
but
is.
It's Nutrisystem.
It's Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers.
What's
people
that other
ballooning
one?
up, ballooning out. Want to hear from you, your perspective on where you think. I mean, whether it's good, bad. Is it a sham? I'm just curious to hear from a clinical perspective. Exactly how you feel. We'll chat with you a little later about that.
And I mean, I can only imagine what the doctor is going to say.
No,
Doc
introduced me to some really interesting stuff, food wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I may be, and we're also gonna be talking about Beyonce baby news. That's been a big. I mean, it's like a huge story. So we're gonna be talking about Beyonce baby news. Your Frenemies is coming up, which is one of your favorite segments here on the show.
Yeah.
And Hold On Player, we got that one coming up too. That's one of Dr. Braxton Cosby's favorite areas, and we're going to be talking
and soon to be yours too
now.
now.
Bussier is going to be coming up. So, Dr. Fullum, don't go away. Please stick around. We're going to come back to you in just a little bit and chat with you. And don't forget, you can tweet us up at Ask the Fat Doctors. You can hit us up at Facebook at the same, or visit us at AskTheFatDoctors.com, and you can also shoot your questions or comments to us there. One other person also that we're going to have coming up on the show in just a little bit is Dr. Jackie Walters. She's going to discuss with us something that I thought was very interesting. Is athletics tougher on women?
And she's also an OBGYN, so we definitely got to hear from Dr. Jackie about this whole wing and Beyonce and people suing, and as a doctor, well, we'll be back.
Right. All of that coming up in just a moment.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFatDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking its toll on the brown community, which include African Americans, Mexican, Latinos, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP Multicultural Outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Ask the Fat Doctors. You know the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time you learned everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make those first steps today.
Okay, we are back here at Ask the Fat Doctors with T. Fox, Jamie Dukes, and Dr. Braxton Cosby, all being powered by the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. This is going to be a very, very interesting segment. Today's hot topic is being sponsored by Chatricize. The question, the big question and the hot topic today is athletics tougher on women? And joining us is Dr. Jackie Walters, who's going to discuss some of these things with us. And I found it to be a very interesting topic, considering I'm the only female on the show here, and about how athletics affect women's bodies a whole lot differently than it does men.
That's a very true statement, because the females are wired very much like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a motherboard, and we've got all the other circuits. And when we do things that affect the motherboard, the rest of the circuit's not working properly. So with the female athlete, we've found that there's a real serious illness out there that can, or serious syndrome, I won't call it an illness, that can create some lifelong health consequences on the female. And there's a female athlete triad out there, and it's made up of a couple of components where there's a low energy availability, and that's when we energy intake minus the energy expended. So if we don't put it in and we burn it, we're going to be in the negative. So we create a low energy availability, and amenorrhea is particularly not having a period for at least 3 months. Much longer, but at least 3 months. And then there's a segment that we have bone loss or osteoporosis, which long term, we've seen our grandmoms with the little humps back and the little old ladies like that. That's kind of one of those components or one of the features of osteoporosis.
When you talk about the motherboard, tell me a little bit, expound on that just a little bit, exactly what area of the body is considered our motherboard.
Well, there's an area in the brain called the hypothalamus. There's a small little segment that's kind of sunken right in the middle of the brain, and it sends a signal to the ovaries, and it's telling the ovaries, okay, you need to make certain hormones, and we need particular hormones as females, particularly estrogen and progesterone. And the exercise somehow, or the intensity of the exercise, and disrupts that motherboard, and it doesn't send out that pulsatile wave for the gonadotropin releasing hormone to tell the ovary to make the estrogen and progesterone. And when that's disrupted, we get into not having periods. And when we get into not having periods and we have loss of body fat, we then start having bone loss. And with the whole bone loss and stress fractures associated with this disruption in your normal cycle, we get this whole female athlete triad, and you see your gymnasts. I mean, you can see their body statures and their structures. They look a little different. They don't have breasts. They don't have periods. And it's okay right now because they're gymnasts and they're winning gold medals, but long term, it has a greater effect definitely on the female than.
But okay, Doc, I'm confused now, and here's why I'm confused. I see commercials where women don't want periods. I see commercials where we have more than enough drugs and technology out there that it seems like, if you can't produce this, there's a pill for that. I'm just trying to figure out in this whole process, is there nothing that can be done, for women athletes to kind of address these things? And so, like, in other words,
like is there a
regimen.
med? Is there is there a med or something that she can?
A man?
I said a med as in medication. I said a med as in medication. I did not say a man.
I sound like you said a man.
A man.
It sound like
it sound like you said. Well, anyway, but Doc, is it? I mean,
a man.
You said that earlier.
But Doc, since I mean, obviously we've identified this scenario. What are they doing, I guess, or what would be done to address this combination of things?
Now, we treat them pharmacologically, medicine. We induce their periods and improve their bone density by giving them estrogen, progesterone, basically giving them birth control pills.
Mm-hmm.
So we give them exogenous estrogen and progesterone because the body's not producing it. We turn around and give it back to them to try and give them back that regular cycle. So 9 times out of 10, we put them on a low-dose birth control pill so we can stimulate a regular period. In addition to hormones, we're giving them nutritional supplements, vitamin D and calcium. We definitely stress proper diet. The lifestyle changes. It's already hard enough on the body that we need to give them the proper nutrition so that they can grow up and be those healthy women we want them to be. So, yes, we can treat them pharmacologically, but long term, we're probably not. We start these girls out very early. Some of them are starting out in gymnastics, out of the womb. So we disrupt that normal flow before it's ever in place to give them, because the estrogen's there to give us those secondary sex characteristics, breast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Walters, I'd like to piggyback on what you were saying with, because I worked in pediatrics for a while down in Florida, and I was always big, parents would come to me and say, hey, what can I put my kids in this sport? Can I put them in this and that? And I was always fearful. I say, hey, they have to grow. They have to get these epiphyseal plates moving.
Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. What is an epiphyseal?
It's not an epiphany. That's definitely.
What?
No,
Jamie, what
he's saying basically his kids have to start doing chores early, carrying plates and things like
right.
No, we're not there yet.
And having epiphanies.
We're not talking about that.
Having epiphanies.
There's these little plates in between each one of the joints, and they fill out over time. You get the feeling you got to grow into them. And a lot of the gymnasts, these kids that do all of these bounding type activities where we're constantly pounding on these plates, you can actually stunt your growth. When she talked about some of the gymnasts, the female gymnasts, you see why they're so small.
Yeah.
All they're doing is cartwheeling, flipping, landing on their hands, landing on their wrists, and they're jamming these plates, and then the plates don't get a chance to grow.
Oh,
now you compound it with these young female athletes who are now not getting the vitamin D and all that other stuff going to allow even the long bones to grow. I mean, I didn't put it all together until you start talking about it. I mean, you're really talking about these women who are putting themselves at risk by competing in these sports at such a high level, especially so young. I'm just always fearful.
We can look at their stature.
Yeah.
It's not by, we don't go out and pick girls that look like that. We create them by allowing them to.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. Who is the little girl?
They're short and they're stocky little girls.
Right.
No breasts.
Right. Who is the little girl? You remember the little girl that flipped around and she landed she landed on one leg and one foot or something. What's the little girl's name?
Carrie Strug.
No, Mary Lou.
No, it was Carrie. No, it was
Mary Lou was before. It was
Carrie Strug.
It was Carrie Strug.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you think about what you're saying makes a whole lot of sense. I mean,
well, that's why
this
the
is really
teeth.
Yeah. Well, that's true. This is really an interesting conversation. We got some tweets coming in, but you go right ahead.
No, I just because I know we're kind of getting close to the end of the segment.
Go right ahead.
Okay, because Dr. Jackie is my OBGYN. Does that make sense?
No, that makes no sense at
all.
You can say
I paid her a lot of money.
First of all, you can say Dr. Jackie is your wife's OBGYN.
Oh, okay. I know it's something like that.
That's a whole
but I'm
lot
almost
better.
thinking he was thinking that she helped give birth to him.
I don't know.
Well, some people said I was pregnant when I was 400 pounds, so I just thought.
But what's so bad is when you just said that I had a visual of you with your legs in the stirrups. That wasn't good.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
But Dr. Jackie, you got to help me out with something. Okay.
No.
And you deliver babies all over the world. My question is, has anybody ever come to you and offered you like $1.5 million to just
close off a whole wing
your whole
of the
practice
hospital,
or a whole wing of the hospital to deliver a baby? Have you been paying attention to what's been going on with this Beyonce and Jay-Z? Is that his name?
Yes, that's
it. I've seen that. Now, my experience is I've had tons of celebrity patients, and I probably would have felt like I see the media feeling like, oh, my God, how dare they? But what I did find out is I would allow them to come through the front door and speak with everybody. The problem with that is they cannot enjoy their doctor visit. They're asking for autographs. They're all in their business. They're in their face. I had a patient who had hyperemesis. She's throwing up, excessive throwing up the first half of the pregnancy. She's in my office. She's got her head in a bucket. And surprisingly, I had tons of patients sticking a piece of paper in her bucket.
Oh, my.
So I probably years ago would have felt like, oh, how dare they? But I've seen with my celebrity patients, they don't get the privacy to sit there at a doctor's office and enjoy, or even in the hospital. They come in and change their towels 1,000 times so everybody can circulate in and out of their room.
But was this a case of just some sensationalism here? Because the way this couple.
Oh, no, this is lawsuit. This is typical lawsuit. These folks were using legal phrases
out the gate.
Yeah, the day off.
Out the gate. Out the gate.
Right.
Out the gate.
Right, and I mean, my heart goes out to them because I've only seen with the celebrities I've had, they don't get to enjoy being pregnant. They take away that I'm at my doctor's, I get my questions answered, I can feel bad and look bad at the doctor's office, and they're taking pictures. And now with the cell phone, who knows what they're doing.
I know, it's horrible.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned that not enjoying, Doc, their pregnancy. How about just like, for example, Beyonce is one of the greatest entertainers maybe this world's ever seen. Just from a professional standpoint.
I think, in this decade maybe. But
no, I'm just saying. I'm not saying the great. I'm saying she will. I mean, her talent across the board. I'm not a big Beyonce listener, but I'm just saying, looking at her, looking at her craft.
She's a good entertainer.
There are not many of those out there.
No.
Right.
I mean, that can really sing and dance and entertain and all other kind of stuff. And
You're right.
That's not my palate.
Sure.
But just recognizing her craft.
Oh, that's
I guess
a good word.
My point is Doc, is it more difficult for celebrities because of the pressure of what they do? Does that put added burden? Because she's trying to get back to a size 8 or a size
10.
2 from being a size 8.
No, she was a size 10.
Like
she's
real
a thick
quick.
girl. She's a thick girl. Size 10.
I don't think she was a 10. No.
Is there an extra pressure, Doc?
Straight up.
Yes, definitely. But the advantage that she may have is that, one, weight loss to me, I've learned, is a lifestyle change. You can't do a particular diet for 6 months, lose your weight, and go back to your old weight. The advantage she'll have is that somebody can make sure she's getting this certain amount, because it's all about caloric intake. You cannot be calorically challenged and continue to lose weight or maintain the weight loss.
Okay, hold on for me, Doc. Wait a minute, Doc. Hold on. Now, that's a big word here on our show.
Now, we got to go to a break because you know why? Because we're going to have Doc back on because I want to talk about
she gonna
the
stick
baby.
Around?
No, we'll talk about her next week.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about this whole, and we just tipped on the ice, but this baby weight and how
I would
folks
like to.
can lose the weight
I would like
after
to.
having, and what she experienced, and what her just from her perspective. Because think about it.
I mean, I would like to. I would definitely like to have Dr. Jackie back next week if she can come back. But before she leaves, I would like for her to tell me about the caloric intake. What is caloric intake?
You need a certain amount of calories every day to maintain
the body. Okay. Calories. The root word is calories.
You've
gotcha.
got chemical processes occurring throughout the body all day, right, Doc?
Yep.
You need water. You need certain vitamins. You need certain minerals. So you need food to maintain that.
Gotcha.
But what we don't understand is we don't need an excessive amount of food.
Right.
So we live to eat and not eat to live.
Yes. Dr. Jackie, thanks so much for spending this time with us. I hope that you'll be able to come back with us next week so we can continue our chat about baby weight. I think
baby weight. Is that what it's called?
I think baby weight is a good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That one would be good. Okay, so thank you so much again, Dr. Jackie. We have another big question. What does Sir Charles Barkley, Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey, and Jennifer Hudson all have in common? Stick around and we'll let you know that in a moment. Hey there, this is T Fox. I got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight, drop a few pounds? Well, if you said, "Why, yes, I am," you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun. But you're absolutely wrong. It is time to get your size on. You've tried a lot of things. You've tried jogging, you've tried aerobics, but not much fun, right? Well, size is just for you. Size is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and other line dances, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional cha-cha-size workout, we're also proud to offer Boomer's cha-cha-size. Boomer's cha-cha-size is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives and will be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Cha-cha-size is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Cha-cha-size will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your size on today. Log on to chachasize.com. That's CHACHERSIZE.com.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFatDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
It is Ask the Fat Doctors with Jamie Dukes, Dr. Braxton Cosby, and myself, T. Fox, here back with Ask the Fat Doctors, powered by the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Now, we're going to have a lot of fun this segment also because we're going to be talking about all of those new people that have jumped into the game. I mean, man. I'm talking about it's almost over the top.
It was like, over the top.
I mean, I was like, are you serious?
Because they got one guy who can alley-oop now, or used to.
Oh, yeah.
And now his name's Charles Barkley.
Oh, but you know what? Yeah, and we talked about what does Charles and Janet and Mariah and Jennifer and
there's you know a bunch what? Of folks.
Hold up. One of your compadres used to do it too. Dan Marino.
Well, there's a bunch of former players that used to do it. Yeah. And what we're talking about here is all these different diets, from Nutrisystems to Weight Watchers to Jenny Craig.
Yeah.
And we have Dr. Terrence Fullum on from Howard University. That's right.
Yeah, he is back.
And Doc, and Doc is a bariatric surgeon. But I'm going to tell you, he's going to surprise you, I think, with what his answer is.
Yeah, you know what? I would be surprised if he doesn't go down the road that I'm thinking.
I don't think he will.
That he's going to go.
But we're going to ask him. Yeah. Dr. Fullum, the question is, and I got an email from Sexy. That's her name.
Sexy. Big Sexy?
No, it was just Sexy. That's what she said.
Okay.
She just wanted to know. No, I wasn't Sexy Chocolate. It was just.
Chocolate.
No, I wasn't saying. No, it was just Sexy. That's what she said. I'm assuming it's a woman. That's what an avatar looked like. But the point is that she wants to know, how do I choose between Jenny Craig,
like which one?
Weight Watchers?
Which one? It's just so many.
And is it good for me? So I ask you that question, Dr. Fullum.
So should I choose Charles Barkley, Janet Jackson, or Mariah Carey?
Or Mariah Carey. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of it has to do with taste. I think that most of these diet programs, what they're doing is they're really trying to give you healthy foods to eat and then minimize the total calories. But there are other things that are involved, particularly working out and being active, that really come into play. Between the different ones, I think a lot of it has to do with taste and sometimes their approach. Some of them are more carb happy, some of them are more protein happy. But I'll tell you, there was a study that was done a few years ago that sort of compared all the diets, and it was very interesting because the only independent factor that determined success, regardless of what diet you were on, was exercise. So you could be on the cabbage diet, you could be on the black eyed pea diet,
Or the cookie
on
diet.
Any diet you
Cookie
want to
diet
be
is a
on.
trip.
If you didn't exercise, then the success wasn't really there. And these diets, they're good for 10-pound, 20-pound, weight loss programs. And if that's your goal, if that's what you need to do, then I think they can work fairly well. They're a little bit expensive, but they're convenient.
Now,
and if you
hang on, Doc.
stick to them,
you just made
you can be somewhat successful.
Hang on, Doc. See, you just mentioned something expensive, and so my analogy or question is, and not to be crass, but is it like a drug? And what I mean by that is, it seems like, and as an example, just the other night, Janet Jackson's on. She's talking about her deal.
Oh, you got to have a plan.
Nutrisystem.
You've got to have a plan.
But which was so funny
That's what
is
she says.
She's on
You've
Leno.
got to have a plan.
Larry the Cable Guy comes on right after. Now, Larry the Cable Guy, who's now pumping Prilosec OTC, was pumping Nutrisystem before when he lost the weight. Now, Larry's put on 50 pounds.
And he needs Prilosec.
And now he needs Prilosec OTC.
He needs Prilosec.
Right. So my question seriously is it seems like once people get off, I don't want to use the analogy of crack, but effectively that's what we're kind of talking about. Is it seems like once you get off, you go back to where you were. So if that's the case, is it good for you?
Yeah, and obviously I think that yo-yo dieting is certainly dangerous, and it is not good for you. It's not good for you to go from 300 pounds to 200 pounds, back up to 350, down to 220, back up to 360. That is definitely not good for you, and can cause some serious problems. But I think the issue is that we use the word diet, and we really should stop using the word diet and really understand that this is more of behavior modification and a lifestyle change. If you're only going to diet for 6 months, then you're going to have 6 months of success. If you diet, quote unquote diet, change your lifestyle, eat properly for the rest of your life, then you'll have success for the rest of your life.
Well,
I really truly believe that's the difference.
Doc, I really don't think in those with those different diet plans, I don't think they necessarily push so much for the behavior modification, because when you come off those things, and you don't have the pre-made meal, then you have to then be able to fend for yourself. I don't think they really.
They know what they're doing. The point is they want you to stay on it forever.
Absolutely,
that's the point. That's why I say it's a drug.
That's what I'm saying. It's just they don't tell you, hey, once you come off here, you're going to have to still maintain. And speaking of maintaining, I think we have a question that just was tweeted into us. And again, if you want to tweet us, because we've had a lot of great things happening and a lot of great things we've been talking about today, tweet us at Ask the Fat Doctors. You can hit us on Facebook at the same name, or you can visit us at askthefatdoctors.com and submit your question or concern there. Dr. Braxton, you have a tweet that just came in.
I'm going to read this one because this is a real interesting topic to me. I'm going to bounce it to Dr. Fullum in a little bit. At Parlay for Me tweeted in and said,
at Parlay?
At Parlay. I don't know where they parlaying to, but they said for me. So
that's pretty good.
How do I lose weight and build muscle at the same time because of the caloric intake amounts? And we kind of hit it a little bit. We had Dr. Walters on about the caloric intake. We brought that word back, so you feel good. You got that one now.
Caloric means calories.
Now that we brought it back, you good.
Right.
So we could just go flow
just
through
it. Just for the listening audience,
the thing is, there is a deficit. You have this a certain amount of caloric intake you need just to operate, just to be alive as your body. Now you're going to go, you exercise. You still need more calories in order to get through that workout. And then you still need to, even afterwards, when your body is going to start to repair itself,
and recover,
muscle, to use that protein to build more muscle. You still need more energy again, so you still need calories. But the person that's trying to lose the weight at the same time might be putting on muscle, but they're not shedding those pounds because they have these calories. I mean, how do you work around that? And I think that's the most difficult part of when I try to build exercise programs for people and customize. First thing I start off with is, what are we trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? You want to remove fat from here. You want to build muscles here. And I just take them. I kind of work them in pieces and components of their body, because if you try to give everybody the same workout, it doesn't work. And I think that's why some of the great workouts that are out there, like the P90 and stuff, you get fantastic results for certain people, and some people it just doesn't do anything to make them tired. What do you think about that, Dr.
Some
Fullum?
people can't. I agree. Some people can't even do those types of diets, the insanity workouts.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried that. I can't do that. I can't do it. I'm looking like a fool. I'm gonna hurt myself trying to do those diets. So a lot of it depends on exactly what you said. What is your goal, and what are you trying to accomplish? And what we do is, I'm a firm believer of the high protein. I like a lot of protein in the diet. Lots of exercise, put the body in bodybuilding phase, but then keep total calories down around 1,200, 1,400, and then add supplements to support, the metabolism and everything that needs to happen so that you can actually lose weight.
Hold on, player.
Yeah.
We're gonna we'll get to the supplement because you brought up something interesting. Next time we chat with you, we're gonna chat about this whole supplement thing.
Well, that's a part of the whole frenemy.
I was accosted at the NMA this year.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Oh
Hold
yeah,
on.
man.
That
This
when
lady
Bob Costas
got up.
comes up to
That's
you and asks a
exactly right.
question?
She was about 5'8", and they were talking about omega 3s and surveys show, studies show omega 3s. I mean, it got nasty. Some mean doctor, who looked like she was having some estrogen issues, just got up and it was ugly. But so I don't want to gloss over this vitamin piece and the recommended diet piece of this thing. So Doc, next time we chat, that's one of the things I want to chat with you about. Is talking about adding vitamins into the diet when you're talking about reducing your caloric intake.
Okay, so Dr. Fullum, we need you back again. I know we've had you.
Well, he's on the squad.
I think he's just a part of the.
He is.
He's just on the team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's just on the team. Don't forget, once again, tweet us at Ask the Fat Doctors or hit us up on Facebook at the same, or visit us at askthefatdoctors.com. We'll be taking your questions and we'll be reading your questions live on the air. Coming up is big ups and congratulations is in order for our own Dr. Braxton Cosby. We'll tell you. We'll tell you why.
Ups.
Yeah, big ups, man, and we'll tell you why.
What's his last name?
Cosby. Now, does that tell you anything?
Cosby.
Cosby.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you why congratulations is in order for our own Dr. Braxton Cosby, and we'll be doing our favorite segment, Hold On Player. All of that and more in just a moment.
Hi, family. This is Claude Mitchell. I'm the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Here today to talk to you about one of our initiatives called the Billion Pound Blitz. The Billion Pound Blitz is a grassroots initiative that has an ambitious goal of losing 1 billion pounds annually. That's right, I said 1 billion pounds. Did you know the diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexicans, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent? Truth of the matter is that we can't afford not to do something. Did you know the U.S. government spent $165 billion last year on excess weight-related illnesses? That's more than they gave all the Wall Street banks combined for the bailout. If you're interested in more information on how you can be a part or how your organization can be a part of this movement, log on to www.billionpoundblitz.com. Once again, that's www.billionpoundblitz.com.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking its toll on the brown community, which include African Americans, Mexican, Latinos, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP Multicultural Outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Ask the Fat Doctors. You know, the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time you learned everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make those first steps today.
And we are back here at Ask the Fat Doctors. Ask the Fat Doctors, all about helping people get an understanding about how the diseases of excess weight affect our daily lives. This is one of our favorite and one of the most fun segments on the show. And this is our HOP segment, which in other words is...
Hold on, player.
Yes, sir.
I got to hold on, player. I got to start off with
Okay.
mine.
Okay.
And I don't know the answer to this, but my hold on player has to do with Nick Cannon. I know for those who don't know, Nick Cannon had kidney failure. And so I don't know whether it was hereditary or not. I know the kid's 30 some odd years old.
Right, he is.
Hold on, player. How can this happen? That's what I don't quite understand What again?
Surely that was a hereditary issue.
You're saying that.
It might be because think about. Remember Alonzo Mourning? He was going to kidney failure, top tier athlete.
Right, and Alonzo is fine too.
And well, okay, look, so we just gonna move past, he was fortunate that he had a family member who actually donated his kidney and gave it to him. I'm sure it was, arrangement.
I'm just gonna be, and we're gonna move on because I don't know, and I don't like to talk about stuff I don't necessarily know about. But the reason it struck me is because I just know he's young. And it's a shame either way. But I sure hope it also, because I also know some folks who've had kidney failure and stones and stuff like that from lifestyle.
Well, that's true.
And from hard, partying,
hard
living,
life,
and all that.
I think
life,
when we have the celebrity personalities and the things happen to them at a young age, it makes it so real to us. And
it brings it out front.
This show is about awareness of health issues, so I think
that's my whole on
come to the forefront.
Well, last week we had I had a hold on play, and it was about the 99-year-old man who divorced his wife after 77 years of marriage.
Right.
He had run across some letters about an affair she had back in the 1940s, and some 50 years ago. And at 99 years old, he divorces his 96-year-old wife, and did not live to see the divorce go through. It was really kind of a crazy situation.
And Braxton, you had the answer that the reason he died is because he saw what he's going to... What?
Yeah.
He said, I'm out. I'm out. So, that brought up the question or the issue or discussion about marriage and about divorces, et cetera, et cetera. And so we have Stefan.
Because you held on to this player for 2 weeks.
Yes, I have. I've held on to this player right here. Author Stefan Labossiere. Now he has a book out that is really, I don't know what to say about the title. You know what? I'm gonna get Stefan on the phone. Are you there, Stefan?
I'm here.
Okay, tell us the title of this book again.
The title of the book is How to Get a Married Woman to Have Sex with You If You're Her Husband.
Okay, that's
Stop.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead and give the disclaimer for you for the purposes of the credibility of the show. And your status is what? And your status is what?
My current status is single.
Okay, good. Now you go on. Hey, we have the integrity of the show that we have to look out for.
Well, yeah, we do have to protect that, and we do have to maintain it.
So go ahead with your question.
Now, what is the inspiration? What's the inspiration for the book? One, and then secondly, I'm trying to help you out. Even though you're single now, you used to be married. You're divorcee, right? Okay, yeah. So what is the true motivation for this book? Because this is, because I want to say, hold on, player, what is this all about?
Well, the true motivation is God, to be honest with you.
Wow.
God has given me a gift of understanding women and understanding relationships. And just, through my relationship coaching and consulting, I got to see a lot of married couples and just people in relationships who were unhappy, who were unfulfilled. They're dragging along acting like that everything is okay, but it's really not. And unfortunately, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, now, that's not God Jackson, the guy that played point guard for UMass, is it?
Right.
Or you mean
he got
the big
really
guy?
Serious. He got serious on me now.
Almighty,
okay. I'm just making sure because, with your status, and all, I was just, when you say God, I was like, yeah, God Jackson was nice.
Speaking of which, I had a kid who I grew up in elementary school. His parents named him I'm God.
Oh,
yes.
They're wrong. They're wrong. They are dead wrong.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just never ran into I'm the devil, so that worked.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's because you feel like you have a gift to know women.
And just the simple fact that there's a lot of people in relationships, and unfortunately, there's a huge communication gap going on between men and women. Men continue to not understand women.
He's right about that.
Oh, that's a fact. But so you are specialized in knowing women, but not specialized in knowing men. And
no, not specialized in knowing his woman.
Oh, his.
No, the thing when I don't need to specify I understand man because I am a man. So men understand each other. The problem is that a lot of us do not understand women. So I highlight that to say that is something that separates me from the rest, is the ability to understand men and women, not just speak to just one gender. I can speak to both genders. I can not relate, but I can understand where both are coming from and help them come to a place of understanding each other.
so we can make progress in a relationship.
Okay, quickly. What is the one profound thing that you know about women?
And she's close to the phone right now.
Watch out now.
She's about to press the
Hold
exit,
on,
the end
player.
button.
That's all I'm going to tell you. Hold on, player, before you answer this question. Make it good, because she's looking at you now.
But there's so many different things to choose from.
No.
I mean,
No, the one profound thing that that immediately comes to your mind that you know about women.
I mean, the one profound thing to me, I don't know if another person would consider it profound, is the fact that a woman isn't going to tell me everything or tell a man everything. And in that, I need to get in tune with her in a lot of different ways. I can't expect to understand her verbally. She's not going to just say it. I need to, when it comes to sex, I need to tap into her body. I need to know how her body moves and reacts. When it comes to just personal situations and how we handle life, I need to pay attention to her and see how she handles things. I don't need to I can't expect for her to say everything, because she expects me as a man to figure it out myself, or to know. If I love her enough, I should know these things. And I think men, they don't get that part. They figure, well, if you want this, then you need to tell me you want it.
They don't
Well,
know.
first of all, you know
know.
what? That's very unfair. That's very unfair on a woman's part for her to expect that the man will know, because he doesn't know unless she says.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Unless
unfair.
she tells
but the reality is, it is unfair. But the reality is exactly this what happens. So as a man, the battle is: do we sit here and wait for most women to come around to tell us, or do we do what we can control? So my message is, no, focus on what you can control, which is tapping into the other ways that she is communicating with you, because she is throwing things out there if you really pay attention. But the reality is, we don't pay that much attention to that woman other than what she's going to say to us. And again, that's where it leads to a lot of confusion.
That's a very I think that's a very telling piece of advice, in all seriousness. There's a lot more to it. No, yeah. I agree, because unfortunately we don't listen a lot.
Right.
But I say that because we're just stupid.
You know what?
We
Jamie,
are.
I can't even help
and what
you there,
he's articulating, I think, in all fairness, is accurate from the standpoint that, and this is just my experience with my lovely wife, is that there are things that are unlocked and in women that you have to delve and look, but you can't overtly come out and ask. That's part of the game.
Yep.
But she will unlock pieces if you pay attention to those pieces.
Oh yeah, well that goes back to the trust. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing with men. Just like I believe every man.
I'm gonna give you some advice on the men.
Oh no,
I'm gonna tell you this is. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Okay.
This is men. We are so simple.
Very
and
simple.
you guys just don't get it, because
okay,
you want to make it.
So we're the complicated ones.
No, you're complicated because you're making it complicated as it pertains to us. Okay, here's the totality.
You got the 3, Jamie?
Yeah, no, it's just 2.
Oh, just 2 with men? I'm on 3, but
no, here's 2. Here's 2. Men, the 2 are
okay. Women. I need the women to help me out. Tweet me at Ask the Fat Doctors, and also hit me up at AskTheFatDoctors.com.
All we want for you guys to do is love us and make love to us. That's it.
I get that.
No, that's it. No, I get that. No, that's it.
I get
there ain't no more. There's no more.
What about isn't it the food? Isn't it the food in there?
For me.
But I thought the food was in there.
It could be, but you can produce that for yourself.
But you can mix that in there with
you don't have to do that, because if your wife cooks, but if she didn't cook, I find it hard to believe that.
If I was getting the other 2, I'm good.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the core of what we want as men, and we know the other way. We know the other way. It's a whole lot more involved, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But for you guys to get an understanding of us, it's just that simple.
But you know what? I get that, and I've actually operated that way. Okay, that's enough. Tweet us at
iPad.
iPad. Okay, Arthur Stefan Labossiere. Thanks so much for joining us and coming back and joining us again this week. And we'll be talking to you. I'm sure that we may call you and laugh with you again later down the road.
Good
Thanks
job,
so
Stefan.
Much thanks.
All right.
Okay, and coming up, we still have big ups and congratulations are in order for our own Dr. Braxton Cosby. Again, we'll tell you why after this. Hey there, this is T. Fox. I got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight, drop a few pounds? Well, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun. But you're absolutely wrong. It is time to get your Chatricize on. You've tried a lot of things. You've tried jogging, you've tried aerobics, but not much fun, right? Well, Chatricize is just for you. Chatricize is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and other line dances, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricize workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatricize. Boomers Chatricize is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives and will be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricize is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricize will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricize on today. Log on to chatricize.com. That's ChacherSize.com. Okay, we are back, and we've been talking about a big ups and big congratulations that's in order for our own Dr. Braxton Cosby. Tell us about the big news and the big announcement that you'd like to make. We're so proud of you, Braxton.
Thank you. I'm just doing a little teaser on it. Next week, I will be making 2 stops on my book tour along with my Uncle Bill Cosby. One will be in Harlem.
Your Uncle who?
Bill Cosby.
Wait a minute, hold on. The book name is what?
Oh, the name of my book?
Yes.
Is the Star-Crossed Saga, Proto-Star, science fiction, romance, young adult, all of that is wrapped up in there.
Okay.
So he has his book out.
Okay, now who is he?
Bill Cosby, you know, the comedian.
Bill Cosby?
The legend.
Like the
Pudding Pops.
Like the Bill Cosby?
I wish they would bring Pudding Pops by the
like
way.
I Spy?
Yeah, like I Spy.
Like
just keep going.
Fat Albert?
All of the above.
Oh,
Genius,
legendary.
Philanthropist.
Yeah,
Love the Brown Hornet.
Yes.
Legendary.
Yeah, so
that's your uncle?
Yeah, that's him.
Wow, okay.
And we'll be hanging together in New York at the Hugh Mann bookstore in Harlem.
Good,
good.
Yep.
Talking about the little private plane.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be hanging out in New York a little bit, and then we're gonna fly down in his jet down to Durham, North Carolina, at the Barnes & Noble in Durham, and be doing another signing there with his book and my book. It's just gonna be a whole lot of fun. We're just gonna set him up, warm the crowd up, and just have a good time.
that's
hold on, play. That's a hold on, play. Let Bill do all the stand-up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm letting him handle it.
Okay.
He told me that actually he's gonna be joking on me, so he said just sit there and be quiet. I'll make every fun thing I can about you, and I said I can do that.
Yes,
as long as they buy the book.
Yes, just don't you get to thinking about it.
Right, just let your uncle do what your uncle does.
We're gonna talk more about that next week. I'm interested in I'm very proud of the excitement.
Congratulations.
Blessed.
Make sure you travel safe, and we're gonna keep up with you next week. And in fact, coming up next week back here, we'll be back here with more craziness and more inside HOPs, which is our Hold On Players Hot Topics, and we'll be on Cosby Watch, where we'll be checking out Braxton Cosby and his whole book tour with his uncle Bill Cosby, because that's how we do it.
Yeah,
we do it.
We got another watch too.
I
want to follow up on the Beyonce watch too, just to see how many people.
It is
sue
no
them.
telling. It is no.
That is.
No
people are just scam artists.
It is truly no telling where that thing's going to be at by next week. So again, congratulations to you, Dr. Cosby. We're really proud of you. Don't forget, you can always visit us at AskTheFatDoctors.com for a review of the show or for more information on any of the topics that we discussed right here at AskTheFatDoctors.com. We'll see you next week.